crazy. I've got to think about it before I actually do anything, because I've got to plug that energy. I just thought I could tell you today and show you what my life has been like for the past 2 years. Sorry that I've had to actually record this video while in bed, because sometimes it's so hard to find the best time to do it. It's been a struggle actually to talk about this. I've been meaning to share this for quite a long time now, but I think I didn't have the courage to do that. I've always tried to put it off each time. Most of you, all you know is the bright and cheery May, but I just wanted you to see what really goes on. A lot of you did not know this, because I feel quite emotional talking about it, and sometimes being too vulnerable is something that I really most of us try to avoid, but I just thought that, you know, me talking about it and really opening up, it might help somebody out there. The pandemic has been tough for everyone, but for some of us, it's been really, really tough. I think from the title of this video, you now know what it's really about. A lot of you watched my surviving COVID-19 video. I contracted COVID in March 2020. If you haven't watched my surviving COVID video, I'm just gonna attach it up here. I recovered a month after. I felt really blessed to have survived it. Up to now, I'm still so grateful to have survived COVID. When I recovered, I still had some strange feeling in my body, some strange sensations in my body. That I couldn't really explain. I was still exhausted. My hand was quite weak, my left hand. I had some sort of sensations in my legs. And I spoke to my doctor. My doctor said, well, you've just recovered from COVID. Your body has been like through the mill. Just give it time. You'll get better. And that's normal, they said, for COVID. So I said, right, okay. So I got that reassurance, and I was really pleased about that. Days went by, weeks went by. That feeling never changed. I was extremely exhausted every day, all the time. My hand was weak. I started getting cramps in my hands as well. Cramps in my legs. All these things are so weird to me. But the fatigue was one that I can't explain. So that never left me. Fatigue never left me. Up to today, almost 2 years on, I'm still living with severe fatigue. I get some good days, and then I also get really bad days. On a good day, you see me, you see me looking normal. You see me looking well, even though I'm not. But those are my good days. I'm still terribly exhausted. I still have muscle pain. I still have a lot of things that bother me, but it's just that some days are less challenging than others. So when you've seen me doing my videos, doing whatever I do on social media, those are my best days. Even my best days are not perfect. I'm talking about it because I know there's a lot of people going through this. And I just wanted to say to people that are going through what I'm going through, that they're not alone. Because for a long time, I've actually thought it was just me going through what I've been going through. You can't get much help from the doctors. As it's a new condition, doctors don't seem to know how to help. I was diagnosed with long COVID about June last year, or June last year. That was just over a year after. It has completely changed my life. everything I do, I have to think about before I do it. I have to really pull out the last bit of energy from me before I do anything. Going out anywhere is a challenge. It saddens me because I have all these symptoms. Fatigue is just there. You don't need to have done anything to be fatigued. You don't need to have run a marathon or walked a certain distance or whatever. You wake up with it and you go back to bed with it. You're tired even when you're just saying. You're tired when you're in bed. You're tired to do anything. Cramps in my fingers, my toes at times. A weak left hand. I have a weak left hand, but I still try to use it. I do try to use it because if I don't use it, it might just go dead. And thank God I'm actually right-handed, so it's not very noticeable. A weird smell that comes and goes, that sits right in my nose. That smell, it smells like something is burning. At first I didn't know what it was. I get really breathless. Even just to have a shower, I'm breathless. I'm breathless on exertion. Whenever I do something that I need to put in a bit more energy, I get breathless. My life has changed quite a lot. It feels like you've got a disability because a lot of things you can't do. It is a disability. And it's a shame that nobody knows exactly what it is. Nobody knows exactly how to treat it. So some of us are just left here not knowing what's going on in our bodies. Each time I talk about it, I feel so emotional. And sometimes I think I've tried not to talk about it just so I don't scare anybody. But for me, my trust is in God. It just goes to show that even science doesn't know what's happening. And to get that help from anybody is a struggle. They need to have more research on long COVID in order for us who are living with it to actually have like something to manage our symptoms. As it is right now, there's nothing. You just fend for yourself. You just try to find what to do for yourself to feel better. I take all sorts of stuff to help me feel better. One day I'd feel like I'll be better. The next day I'll be flat down. There are just certain days that you feel better, that you can actually take a walk. You can do something, you can shoot a video, you know. But even to do those things, you've got to really find that energy from somewhere. Some days I push myself. takes a lot of energy. I don't sleep as good as I used to sleep before. But I'm telling my story because COVID is still around. And please do take care of yourselves, because you do not want to have a life like mine. There's so many people that have been catching COVID lately. Then now, scientists now say it doesn't matter if you got it as bad as I did, or mild, or didn't even know that you got it. It doesn't matter. You can still get long COVID just from the fact that you were positive for COVID. Whether you were sick, or whether you had mild, or whether you were very ill, it doesn't matter. You can still have long COVID. So the way I see it now, it does look like life is getting back to normal, and everything seems to feel like the pandemic is almost over, because Omicron gives mild disease, and a lot of people are finding it normal now to catch COVID and get better in like 5 days or so. And so because it doesn't give serious illness, a lot of people have taken that as, well, it's just one of those things, you know, I'll catch it and that's it. But for some people, when you catch it, you will live with the long-term consequences of it, like I am. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I just felt like I needed to say this. My life has changed. I feel like I'm a shell of my own self. I used to do like 12-hour shift, three days in a row. But look at me now. Please take care of yourselves, because only you can. If you get long COVID, it's a struggle. I thank God that not everybody gets long COVID. But you can have long COVID if you actually had COVID. You cannot have long COVID without catching COVID first. So that's why I'm saying the pandemic is not over. Look after yourselves. I'm struggling here. Doctors don't know what to do with me. Doctors don't know what to do with the thousands of people that are living with long COVID. And we've had to learn and fend for ourselves. And I just pray that there can be more research into this, so we know what's really going on. So we know what's really going on in our bodies. To know how long we're going to feel this way. To know if there's proper treatment out there for us. Because like as it is now, we don't know what's going on in our bodies. And just the thought of that worries me a lot. So, in a nutshell, this is the reason why you don't see me much on YouTube these days. I like to be able to do normal things and be normal as before. I actually started having these symptoms just from the time I recovered from COVID. In 2020, we had no vaccines. So I had my first vaccine in, I think it was in March 2021. People have always asked me if it was because I had the vaccine. And I categorically say no, because I started feeling this way way before I got the vaccine. Like a year before I got the vaccine, my first vaccine. So that wasn't because of the vaccine. So yeah, just to put all your minds at rest. The thing about long COVID, you cannot just see it by looking at somebody, you cannot see it just by seeing somebody. I think you have to live with that person to see the struggles that they live with each and every day. I thank God that I am actually a believer, and I believe that God never lets his children down, I thank God that I have hope in him, and I think that's what keeps me going. Yeah. I'm so thankful for you watching, and if you have symptoms like I do, please comment below and put your experience down below, because it's always helpful to talk about it. And I've been praying for the confidence and just to talk about this. It's crazy. So guys, honestly, you take care of yourselves. Stay safe from this dreadful disease. Keep yourself safe from it, from COVID, because you might end up living with a long-term condition which you never even expected. I wish doctors could do more. I wish governments could do more. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and God bless you. Have a great day.